Hey guys, it's Lori. So today I just want to talk about spirits and the spirit realm. And most of you would agree with me that even though we're in the physical realm, that spirits are all around. I mean, angels are everywhere. We know that angels, it's been through the years written that angels have helped. I mean, you know, when you start to feel like nobody's listening, and I mean, as far as like God, have you ever felt that way? Like you're just praying and praying and praying and God's not listening. There are so many stories that we can go back on in the Bible and see where it appeared. It must have appeared. I mean, the story's written, okay, like, this happened, this happened, this happened. But if you look and you study what's going on, maybe there were years in between. So thank God we're not in that position, like in the Old Testament, right? But so there's different spirits around, okay? Let's think about this. It wasn't all that long ago that nobody knew about these little microscopic, impossible to see with the naked eye killers, virtual killers, taking out the human race in some and is taking out like whole freaking cities and stuff in some instances. Germs are microscopic. I mean, now we can look under a microscope and we can see them all over the place, but it wasn't all that long ago, considering the history of this world, that we didn't know what they were. So back then, the people that were researching and all of this come up with, okay, there's these organisms or microorganisms that actually come into you and make you sick, and they create all kinds of illness. And I'm sure there were people saying, okay, you're kind of lost, you don't know what you're talking about, you're crazy, there's no such thing, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it, blah blah blah, right? But now we know we wash our hands however many times a day. When we use the restroom, we wash our hands. When we work with raw meat, we wash our hands. I know myself, I'm constantly washing my hands. They're so dry because I'm constantly washing my hands. When we cough, we used to cough into our hand. Now we cough into our elbow. We know, we're aware that a doorknob or the handle on a carriage, we know that there is potential to get us sick there, right? It's just common knowledge. Well, spirits in the spirit realm, for people that know, it's common knowledge to us that they're everywhere, okay? So, and I know it sounds crazy to some, but when you start thinking, hey, that sounds crazy, think about things like that. Like nobody ever thought there were these little tiny, tiny, minute. I mean, think about how small a germ is. Or, when a cancer cell begins to develop and multiply, and we all know that it can take you out, right? A germ can make you sick for, depending on what germ it is, it can kill you, it can make you terribly sick, it can change your life forever. Look at polio. um all kinds of stuff, right? I mean, we're learning more and more each day about more that they grow their own resistance to our antibiotics. Absolutely amazing, actually, if you think about it. And there's so much more we don't know. We still don't know so much. But in this day and age of, there's people out there that, and I know some people don't want to believe it, and they call people that believe it conspiracy theorists or whatever. But there truly are people out there that are evil. There are people that call upon negative entities for power. Now, some do it kind of ignorantly, or they don't realize the danger of it. There are some that do it without realizing it, and there are some that do it and they know damn well what they're doing. Okay, so we live in a world today divided into the sleepers, the blissfully, willfully ignorant, the those that are awakening, and those people are at risk for being led down the wrong road. That's why people that know the truth and really care about people need to continuously talk about helping people this way. And we have the people that purposely, willfully hurt other people to get what they want. And then we have, people that willfully, purposely try to do everything they can to help people. Um, and all of us fall into one of those categories, right? Or maybe several on different occasions. But evil is real. And we do so in this physical realm. We have those of us that belong in the physical realm, and then there are some that are in the spiritual realm, but they're working in the physical realm. So, for instance, guardian angels. When you send out a prayer, God can send angels to set things up for us. I mean, we can have things like literally set up, open doors for us, protect us from certain things. Now, people say, I just heard somebody say something. It was really kind of nasty when people die. A church got shot up, and he's like, well, if God was real, why did that happen? First of all, God doesn't say you're not going to die, physically. So, I mean, when it's your time, it's your time. And I mean, whether that was a false flag or not, I know some people think it is. I'm not going to get into that. What I'm saying is, when it's your time, it's your time. And we live in a fallen world and bad things happen, but yet there are good. Have you ever met an angel, like physically? Or somebody that you're like, wow, was that an angel? I know I've had several experiences where it's like, was that a person? Or was that an angel? Like, was that an actual person? Because somebody does something so spectacular and then you never hear from them again, or nobody else saw them. Has that ever happened to you? That happened to several people. Have told me different stories. I should get them all together, make a compilation of them, and put them on here because they're really awesome. But then on the other hand, there are negative spirits. And what negative spirits do is they will whisper in your ear, so to speak. Now, you may not hear an audible voice. I'm not talking about like schizophrenia, although sometimes you may. Sometimes, people know and they'll watch it every week on TV and then tell somebody they're crazy if it actually happens to them. But we know that there are like hauntings and stuff like that, but there are also other ways that they interact. They could make you believe that what you're doing is right and it's good for you and it's the way it's supposed to be and it's spiritually meant to be. And then when you look back, you go, wow, that was the biggest mistake I ever made, but I was truly convinced that it was a spiritual thing. Those are negative spirits. There's negative spirits of rejection that make you feel as if everybody's rejecting you, and you know what, they may be, because it gets complicated. That's why I want to teach a class on this, because it gets complicated, because we have the spirits that are actually roaming around. We have our own mind that can work against us if we allow it to, our own creating, our own manifesting. But the spirit realm is real. We have soul wounds. We have all kinds of stuff. Positive thinking is absolutely wonderful, but it's not the cure for everything. It's an absolutely good thing. I'd never tell anybody not to practice positive thinking. But you got to understand that there's so much more to this universe. So, do bad spirits exist? Yes. Do good spirits exist? Yes. Do bad spirits pretend to be good spirits? Yes. That's why it can be such a dangerous road, That's why anybody worth their weight in gold, as far as teaching spiritually, will tell you to stay away from playing with stuff without any kind of guidance. Some stuff you just stay away from no matter how much guidance you got. Are there attacks? Yes, there are. Are there protection? Yes, there are. So what you need to do is so for protection, okay, there are actually people out there and that's what I mean. This world has gone crazy. And of course, we've had this always. There's always been the good, the bad, the ugly, right? But it seems like lately the veil is much thinner. I actually feel like there's holes in the veil. Some like negative entities seem stronger somehow, but we have to know that we live in victory, okay? We have to keep that thought, keep that foremost, right? Still continue helping people, even if you feel like it's going to screw you every time. And believe me, I know how that feels, okay? But what would the negative want with having you feel that way? Well, what they would want is they want you to lose faith. They want you to stop helping people. They want you to become this negative, evil, rotten person. You know what I mean? They want you to be angry. They want you to be bitter. They want to take away your joy. They want to take away your happiness. There's a difference between joy and happiness, because joy we have even in the worst of times. We can hold on to the joy. That's deep within. We can be sad and still have joy. We can, be going through a real tragedy and still have joy, still have that peace that surpasses all understanding. Happiness comes and goes with circumstances, you know? So what we want to reach for is joy, not so much. I mean, yes, we all want to be happy, but you see what I'm saying? You want that peace that surpasses all understanding. You want that joy. You want to walk in this world that no matter what is shot at you, they're not going to break you. That comes with faith, that comes with belief, that comes with gratitude and forgiveness. Okay? So, and people are actually doing crazy things like, okay, for some reason you're targeted, right? And you could be targeted spiritually because your faith is incredibly strong. You could be targeted spiritually because you are absolutely a powerhouse and you don't even know it. There's all different kinds of reasons. If you are really, and I've come across this, an absolutely close-knit family. My family is closer than most. I know that people love their children. I'm not saying you don't, and you may be as close as mine. I'm not saying we're closer than everybody else, but people of the world do not understand it. We are so absolutely connected. And people will try to fight that and break it down. I mean, literally, it's like people are on assignment. And if you don't think that happens, maybe you've never experienced it. But these negative entities have like a hierarchy, and they put people on assignment. So if you are in that, and there are people that will testify to this, and you won't know it. It's not like they say, here, I'm here to destroy you. They come in and they try to befriend you or somehow get their little hooks in you. Maybe a relationship, could be a friend, it could be anybody. Okay. So, and there's some people that will actually, like, if you are targeted, right, and they're trying to bring you down. Have you ever been somewhere and you feel like you're getting crowded by a complete stranger or whatever? Now, sometimes people are just rude, but I mean, if this keeps happening, consider this. They kind of crowd your space, and what they're doing is they're trying to get you to move over just a bit, because then if they do it quick enough in spirit, they can jump into your space and suck some energy out of you. And I know this all sounds crazy. I hear myself talking and I'm like, yeah, some people aren't going to get it. But if you know anything about the spiritual realm, you know that I'm telling the truth. Other things they'll do is try to make you feel like you're going crazy. Okay. Sometimes, and I'm a toucher. I love to touch people. I just love that. But if you've got this, if the discernment red flag is going up and you've got the, beep, 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 caution, Will Robinson, don't let them touch you. Okay, because they could be trying to either project something onto you or take something from you. If they can make you weak, it's easier for things to go on you. You can get, so these things can hitch a ride on furniture, food. If somebody is physically behind it, it could come through food. That's why you always do like a cleansing, a prayer, for everything. If you're going to bring something, especially that is used, like if you love to do like thrift store shopping or whatever, cleanse it before you bring it into your house. Smudge it, like light a sage stick. You can get them almost anywhere, really cheap, and just smudge it. And it's mostly your intention. So whatever tool you use, whether it be salt, smudge, a crystal, whatever, it's your intention. So you want to fill it with light, take away any negative, don't let it hitch a ride. Another thing is, if they can bring your spirit down, they can attach very easily. So don't allow bitterness to take root. Don't allow don't allow the sun to go down with anger in your heart. Forgiveness, gratitude, and belief. Walk in that. Keep your focus there, raise your vibration, focus on God, like I said, and you're going to stay high above all this. So these things, even if they try to connect, they're not going to stay. Okay? Fill your life with relationships with people that are fellow believers, that can lift you up, that understand. And if they don't understand, so many people say, oh, well, so-and-so needs, and we're supposed to help people. So-and-so needs help. That's great. But is he dark? Is she dark? Discernment. Ask for more discernment. I'm going to keep going on this, but this video is going to get way too long. So just keep yourself protected. Walk in the light. Don't turn left to the right, not even for a second. Walk in the light. Hope you guys have a great day. Hey, we're right now just embarking on the Christmas season, Hanukkah, whatever it is you celebrate. I hope you guys are walking in love with each other. And I do have a Christmas assistance program. Hey, we pulled off the Thanksgiving, but you know what? If anybody wants to help, just message me. All right. Talk to you soon.